Welcome back, Kambo Warrior. It's John here for Planet Kambo. It's good to see you again. In today's video, I'm going to talk about cacao. Now, cacao, as we know it in the West, is chocolate. So cacao is the base ingredient of chocolate, but most chocolate that you buy in the shops has had sugar and milk and different things added to it to enhance the flavor. Chocolate actually has a very interesting flavor on its own. Raw cacao has a very interesting flavor. It's not sweet, it's actually quite bitter. It's an acquired taste, but I myself personally, I really like it. Now, cacao has been used for centuries by indigenous cultures as a sacrament. So now I'm just going to read you an excerpt from a website on the history of cacao. Cacao ceremonies have been performed for thousands of years by the indigenous tribes of Central America, and cacao was considered to be the food of the gods, an association that gave rise to the scientific name of the cacao tree, Theobroma cacao, from the Greek words theo meaning God and broma meaning drink. It was also so valuable to be used as a currency. According to both archaeologists and Mayan spiritual elders, the cacao spirit was one of the most powerful deities in ancient Mayan cosmology. While the ancient Mayans and Aztecs of southern Mexico and Guatemala are best known, there are contemporary indigenous cultures in Central and South America who continue cacao use in shamanic ceremony, preferring it to locally available psychedelics. So cacao is actually a medicine. So if you take large doses of cacao, and I've done this myself, I've done it in ceremony, where you take the minimum dose, I think it's about 2 ounces, which is 56 grams. So you take 56 grams of ceremonial grade cacao. And what they do is they make it into a hot chocolate and you drink it. And cacao is very subtle. So it's not like ayahuasca or one of these other plant medicines. It's not particularly visual and it's not particularly strong. But cacao is a heart-opening medicine. So when you drink this cacao, and then what you need to do is you really need to sit and just be quiet and meditate with it. Because if you just, for example, let's say you drank the cacao and then you had a crisis to deal with, you'd forget that you're taking it. You could drive a car, you could go and deal with stuff and you wouldn't even feel it. It's only when you really sit and go inside and meditate on it that you can actually feel the cacao working. It's very gentle. It's a very relaxing, heart-opening medicine. It's also a stimulant. So the times that I did a cacao ceremony, we did it at night. And afterwards, I wasn't sleeping. So the ceremony finished, I went home to bed, and then I spent the whole night tossing and turning because cacao has theobromide in it, which is a stimulant, and it's quite a strong stimulant. So I received my cacao today. This is ceremonial grade cacao from a company called Forever Cacao. I have used them before, I've got their cacao before. I haven't had it for a while, and I just fancied some, so I've got half a kilo here of ceremonial grade cacao. You can get it ground like as powder, or you can get it in chunks. I prefer the chunks, so I'm going to show you what it looks like. That is a lump. That is a huge lump of raw cacao there. And then there's some smaller pieces in there as well. Pieces like that. And what I do with it, I just eat it. I just break it into pieces and I eat it. I really like it. So as I said, it's an acquired taste. It is very bitter. It's not like commercial chocolate at all. It's not sweet. It's got very, very strong flavor. And what's interesting is you only have to eat a tiny bit and it instantly wakes you up. It's quite powerful. The stimulant effect of it is quite powerful. So I'll occasionally make a hot chocolate with it, although I won't do the huge dose that you would take if you were going to take it in ceremony. Or I just eat chunks of it. Like I said, I like it. And I've ordered from this company before, Forever Cacao. Their cacao is very good. So yeah, it's good stuff. Cacao is good stuff. It's quite addictive. That's the only thing I've noticed. That, I mean, we all know chocolate's addictive. So there is that aspect to it, that it's quite easy to just munch and munch and munch and munch on it and not realize how much you're eating. And sometimes when I've eaten a lot of it, even dark chocolate that's not ceremonial grade, just if I've eaten cacao nibs and then I've had some dark chocolate that, like the 90% that you can get in the shops, like the Lindt dark chocolate, and then I'm laying in bed and I'm wide awake and my heart's pounding and I'm wondering why I can't sleep, and then I'm like, okay, I've had too much cacao. So there is that aspect to it. but I really like it. So I would urge you that if you want to try it, Forever Cacao website, it's a good place to order cacao, and go ahead and get the ceremonial grade. You don't have to get half a kilo, you get a smaller amount just to try it and see if you like it. But I think you'll be surprised if you're somebody, and you know, like me, I don't have a crazy sweet tooth. I don't really eat sweet things that much. I mostly do a ketogenic diet, which I'm going to talk about in another video that follows on from my fasting video. But cacao is a great treat for a ketogenic diet because it doesn't really have any, it's all fiber. It's very low in carbohydrates and it's mostly fiber. So ceremonial grade cacao, check it out. I will leave it there for this video and I will see you in the next one.